What's up, everybody? It's your Buie back again for another episode of Ballin' with Buie, where I cover the hottest topics in sports, especially if it is OU related. Today, I want to break down college basketball game. 18 Texas Tech went on the road to take on Oklahoma State. So let's dive in. Texas Tech's 14-7, kind of falling off a little bit here of late. They're falling to 7th in the Big 12. They've lost back-to-back games. They're still projected 5th seed, but they were, I believe, at the 3 line a couple weeks ago, but they've fallen down to the 5th seed projection as of now. McClung, the big reason why is McClung, his shooting has fallen off drastically. He's shooting 36% from the field, about 26% from 3 in their last 5 games. They were able to win a couple of them, but like I said, they've dropped back to back. And Oklahoma State, on the other hand, they haven't really done much on the year. They've had some big wins, but then they've lost some games that they shouldn't have. But they're sitting at 14-6, 6th in the Big 12 coming into the game. And they've won back-to-back games. They're coming into the game also projected 8th seed. They won the first matchup against Texas Tech 82-77, which, like I said, that's a big win for OSU looking at the seeding line, because Texas Tech's a pretty solid basketball team. But the big story, I think, coming into the game was McClung versus Cade Cunningham, projected #1 overall pick in next year's draft, and then McClung, he's right there in scoring, just a shy under Cade Cunningham on the year for points per game. But yeah, like I said, big game for both teams. I think coming in, the Big 12 tourney is getting close, so every win counts at this point, and you don't want to play that first round in the Big 12 tourney. You want to be able to sit and rest your players, and sitting at that 7th seed, you'll have to play. So this game was a big determining factor on who would play that first week, pretty much. So start the game, Tech, they spread the wealth pretty early to start the game. They had 4 of their 5 starters get 4 points right out the gate, first 9 minutes. It wasn't one player leading the way in production-wise. They were able to get some scoring from all around the court. And Cade, he's been really quiet in the first half in the past couple games. He not that he hasn't shot much, because he shot a decent amount. He just hasn't hit in the first half. He usually explodes in the second half. That's just what he's been doing. He likes to explode in the second half and hit those clutch shots if need be. But in the first half of this game, he came out pretty fast. He had 8 points in the first 11 minutes, which is more than he's been getting in their past couple games. He hasn't been scoring that much in the first half. But like I said, he took control finally in the first half, which I think is what Oklahoma State needs from him. If they're going to win their first round in the NCAA tournament, they're going to need him to take control in the first half and not wait till the second half to try and score, because he had 13 in the first half and Caleb Boone contributed 11. And then turnovers were another big story for Oklahoma State in the first half. They turned it over about 15-16 times per game, which is, I don't know if it's leading Big 12, but it's pretty close to it. They turn it over a lot. And Cade is kind of a contributing factor to that. His turnover to assist ratio is not very good. That's kind of the nitpick that NBA scouts I think are going to have when looking at him, is that he is kind of loose with the ball sometimes, and he was loose tonight at times also. But yeah, Texas Tech was able to take a lead in the half. They were up 37-36, which both teams played pretty solid. I thought it was the best first half of basketball that Oklahoma State has played in a while. Texas Tech, they played pretty solid too. Like I said, both teams played fairly well in the first half. Going into the second half, Cade Cunningham only had 1 foul in the first half, and in the second half he picked up 2 within the first 2 minutes, and it was just back-to-back, bam, bam. He picked up 2 quick fouls to put him with 3 fouls just 2 minutes into the second half, so it was 18 minutes left. He had 3 fouls already. And then OSU started the second half 0 for 9 from the field, which was not an ideal start if you're Oklahoma State. You got your star player in foul trouble, and you start 0 for 9, and then Cade, 1 minute later, ended up picking up his 4th foul, because the coach, had faith in him that he wasn't going to pick up another foul, but he did. Picked up his 4th foul 1 minute later, so 3 of his 4 fouls came just in the couple minutes in the second half, so he went to the bench, obviously, after that 4th foul. And that resulted in Texas Tech being able to go on a run, build a little bit of a lead. It was the largest lead of the game, 47-36, with about 10 minutes left in the half, so about halfway through the half, they had a fairly solid lead. No, that was about 6 minutes into the half. 6 minutes into that, they had a fairly solid lead. And then Oklahoma State answered with a 13-0 run with Cade Cunningham on the bench. They actually did better when he went to the bench. They won a 13-0 run and were able to retake the lead at 49-47 with about 10 minutes left. And that was kind of ignited by some technical free throws. After they hit their two technical free throws, they just kind of kept it rolling, and Tech went cold as Oklahoma State started the second half cold. Then Cade came back in about that 10-minute mark, about as that run was ending. And then the rest of the second half was kind of just back and forth for a long time. Neither team built a substantial lead. I think OSU's largest lead of the second half was 4 points. So it was pretty tight in the second half. And then you jump to about a minute left. Texas Tech was down by 2, and McClung hit a jumper over Cade Cunningham to tie it with a little under a minute left. And then OSU goes down, and Anderson hits 2 free throws to give him a 2-point lead with about 32 seconds left. And then back down, Texas Tech, they had a chance to win it. They put it in McClung's hands. He terribly missed the three-pointer. It didn't hit rim, went straight off the backboard, which caused it to be a long rebound. And Shannon ended up grabbing the long rebound past the three-point line. And it looks like he's going to pull up for a three, but he ends up jumping and then dishing it down low to Edwards for a wide-open layup to tie it up at 65. And then there was only 2.8 seconds left. But OSU did have a chance to win it because they threw a long pass, and it ended up being a jump ball down at the other end of the court, and it was OSU's ball. So they had a chance to win at the buzzer, but they missed a shot. So they go in the OT, tied at 65. Not much really happened in OT, but the big result was OSU was able to come out with the win, 74-69. And finishing stats, Shannon finished with 18 off the bench. McClung had 17. He played better in this game, shot the ball a lot better than he had been in the previous couple games. And Cade finished at 20. Boone had 18. Anderson had 16. So those three right there were a big contributing factor to why Oklahoma State was able to pull out the win. Big key factor for Texas Tech on how they lost the game was fouls. No one was in foul trouble for Texas Tech, but they just could not stop fouling Oklahoma State. I don't know what it was. Oklahoma State shot 32 free throws. They were 22 for 32 from the free throw line. You let a team shoot 32 free throws, you're just giving them, say Oklahoma State hits all those, that's a free 32 points that you're possibly giving them. But you give them a free 22 points, and I think Texas Tech, they shot less than 10 free throws. So you can't win a basketball game when you put your opponent at the line that much. We'll see what happens. The next couple games, Oklahoma State, I know they got to play OU twice. Tech, they have a big game. I can't remember who it is. Maybe Texas. Can't remember. But yeah, Tech, they've really fallen off. They were really strong to start the year, and things have not looked good as of late. So we'll see what happens. They'll get to play, if they were able to lock up the 7 seed in the Big 12 tourney, they'll play the 10 seed, which is Iowa State, so they should win their first round of the Big 12 tourney if that's how things line up. So they should make it to the second round. Oklahoma State, I don't think it really matters what they do in the Big 12 tourney. Their seed is pretty much locked up where it is. I don't think they can fluctuate too much unless they go on and make it to the championship game potentially. But yeah, OSU was a big win for them. Big win. Texas Tech, it's a bad loss. They should have pulled that one out. But that's all I got for you today. Like always, consider sharing, subscribing. Catch y'all later. Deuces.